has exemplified the love and loyalty for Providence College that was characteristic of Mel Brown. Matt Leonard, class of 1992, hails from one of the largest legacy families in PC's history. No less than 35 immediate family members, grandfather, father, 3 brothers, uncles, and cousins who graduated from Providence College. Matt's brother Art, as you mentioned, is a past recipient of the McDonald Award from the Mel Brown Club. Matt's grandfather, Daniel the Big Red McKinnon, class of 1940, is a past Mel Brown Club president and knew Malcolm Brown personally. He was a member of the football team at the time that Mal was on campus. Matt married his fellow alum, Natalie Machado Leonard, class of 93, and is joined here as well by beautiful children, future friars, Matthew and Lauren. Matt is an attorney with Salter, McGowan, Sylvia, and Leonard, where his practice is concentrated in business law, estate and asset protection, planning, elder care, civil and probate litigation, and real estate. Member of the Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Florida bars, former member of the town of Smithfield Planning Board, and earned his addition to his CS at PC, with a degree at Russell Williams. So we come here together to honor Matt's tremendous body of service to the college, his time, treasure, and talent. Matt served on the board from 2003 to 2012, was the club's president from 2009 to 2012, during which time he helped to reinvigorate the board membership. One of his greatest accomplishments, of course, is that he recruited me to join the board. And I should mention that when I joined the board, interestingly, at the time, I was the only woman on the board. So kudos to Matt. That was something that he was conscious of in terms of bringing more diversity to the board. He helped to reorganize the club into the current subcommittee structure, which has been very efficient. Helped lead the efforts to establish the 50-50 raffle as our signature fundraiser for the scholarship. His service to the college began immediately following his graduation. He served as a phone volunteer since 1992, as a season ticket holder since 96, as a class agent, as the National Alumni Association area representative in 2001. He has recruited and hired over 12 PC alumni for various full-time employment positions. And he's also been a consistent financial supporter to the school with consistent giving for 22 years. When I reflect on Matt's contributions to the Mel Brown Club, having served on the board with you, there are really 2 things that come to mind. One is that Matt is a great historian. I think some of you know firsthand Matt's storytelling abilities. But when I joined the board, I learned so much about its history through Matt's storytelling at the board meetings, which sometimes tended a little tad bit over the scheduled time, but that's fine. It was all well worth it, because now I know a lot more. You served on the board with such legends as Dan Rickleys and Bob Hines, who were past Mel Brown presidents. And at the time when the club was reorganizing and re-examining its mission and its identity, you held steadfast to the Mel Brown tradition while still looking for the future. Matt overheard Dan and Bob talking at one of the board meetings about the fact that Mel Brown was buried in Amherst, Massachusetts in an unmarked grave. And he and Mark Harriman led the efforts to do a quiet fundraising exercise to raise funds to install a headstone at Mel Brown's grave. One last point on the historian. I still have all the files that you passed along to me. Another thing that comes to mind when I think about Matt's service to the board is that he's been a visionary, not just in terms of reorganizing the club and reinvigorating the board, but the scholarship fund. It had been growing, somewhat stagnant. So, with the cost of PC education rising sharply, Matt had the vision and the passion to challenge the board to commit to doubling the Mel Brown Scholarship Fund. This challenge led to the identification raffle as the fundraising vehicle. It continues to drive us today as we seek out additional strategic opportunities to grow the fund, to enable local talent, local students to stay in the state and to fulfill their dreams of community Providence college education. I had the pleasure of speaking with Matt's father this morning, who could not be here because he's on the surfboard in Naples. And so Arthur Leonard passed along a few comments for his best wishes for his main man.
Oh, man.
But he's called Matt since he was a young guy, he said. He told me that Matt has been a fine son and a man of faith, following the precepts of our Dominican teachers. He shared with me that Matt has thrived despite some sad early losses in his life. His two friends when he was in his 20s and his mother when he were only 32. He also shared that the original season tickets at the Civic Center, he brought Matt to many games during that now with your children and became a part of the PC family. He worked his way through law school, nights, part-time, has done very well with his PC education, and he's very proud to be with Matt. So let's all give Matt a round.
Thank you first and foremost. As Jake said, the words honored and humbled come to mind. They're the first feelings the sentiments that you get. It was an unexpected note from my dad, so thank you. I'm very good with the email nowadays as he's retired, so he's getting to see what's going on. But on behalf of, thank you, Kate. Thank you, Mal Brown Board. Thank you, Father, for greeting and for prayers earlier today, and also for the prayers for the team tonight. Thank you, Bob and Jackie, for all the work in putting this together and support over the years to the club, and also to the efforts of the Bell Brown Club over the many years that I was involved with it. Congratulations, Jake. A well-deserved award. Hardest working alumni, and that's the award, and certainly fitting. Thank you to all past Bell Brown Club members that are here and presidents. All friends of PC, whether you're alumni or not, thank you for attending. And lastly, my fellow Providence College alumni. I just like the sound of that. It sounded very present.
That was
when you hit with an award like this, it gives you an opportunity to be retrospective. It's not something that somebody does with a head of white hair at the ripe age of 43. But it does cause you to look back and think back at what is it that happened that would allow you to be recognized by such a prestigious group, by these people that you work with and emulate, and you very much admire their daily activities, the way how they go about themselves, how they handle themselves professionally, how they handle themselves personally. So when you get approached by them and they want to recognize you in this regard, it causes you to sit back and reflect back on your own actions. So by nature, awards allows you to go a little retrospective. So as Kate rattled off the resume of stuff that I had no idea, I forgot some of that stuff that I actually was involved with. But when I think about my contributions, or at least the things for me in Providence College, it goes well before that. It goes well before my days of graduating from Providence College 22 years ago now. And it really predates and comes upon from the day that I came into under the earth and was born into the family. I think the vast majority, a good chunk of the family that are PC grads are here. My grandfather, who passed away, was certainly the first influence in that regard as to his love and dedication. Although I was a kid growing up, it was just a permutation. It was always in the textures, in the background. Providence College became interwoven within our family. Being a third-generation alumnus, and now I believe the only prior president of the club that had a grandfather and now a grandson. So I think that can speak to just the positive example that Providence College played in our family. So yes, my grandfather display did know Mel Brown, and that became a very personal touch. Became something very important to me. And then obviously my father graduated from Providence College, class of '63. My uncles who are present here, Dan McKinnon, George McKinnon, George Leonard, who's out in Hawaii, also graduated from Providence College. Dave Quinn, who isn't here, but otherwise attended. That also attended graduate school, and Quinn as well. Siblings, my brother Art, my brother Dan Leonard, my brother John Leonard, all of which are here, all attended Providence College and graduated. My brother-in-law, Robert Rubino, married my sister, also attended Providence College. I think you get some picture. So that on top of the other cousins and so on, it really became a permutation of how PC really intertwined with our lives. And why? Why is it that PC became such a big factor? Well, everybody has their own PC moment. And I think everybody who attends any sort of college institution has their own moment, that moment in time where they said they made the right choice. And for me, even though I grew up in this culture of Providence College, I had my moment during my senior year at PC. And I'm one of 5 kids, probably picked up on all the siblings, number 4 in the line. And at that time, my dad had his hands full. We had 4 of us in college at any given time. So we did everything we could. We worked at Almax, we worked hard, we made as much money as we could to pay the tuition ourselves. And Mom and Dad did everything they could to help us out in the interim. So as our senior year, and I just was scrapping to kind of get the tuition dollars together. And at the time, you couldn't register for classes, and you couldn't get your grades unless you had your tuition paid in full. So I had an enviable job of approaching Brother Kevin, the late Brother Kevin, and knock on his door. He was in charge of the funds. He was in charge of voter registration. So I made a point with him. I saw him, and he was a big burly guy, for those of you who know him, and said, "Leonard, what do you want? Come on in there." So I explained to him. I said, Brother Kevin, I just need a little bit more time. I'm working hard. I'm working a couple different jobs, and I just need a little bit of time. So can you please clear me to register? Can you please clear me so I can otherwise get my grades? So he goes and he moves in his own fashion with his, big belly, grabs my file, looks at it, pulls his glasses on down. He said, "Leonard, I gotta hand it to you. You made more money as a student here working on your own than anybody else." He's like, "I gotta hand it to you. That's all right." I think, well, they'll tell you what, I'll clear you for everything. I'll release you. You can register for your classes. You'll get your grades, everything. Pay us what you can. Pay us $5 a week. Pay us whatever you want. When you can, you're all set. Now, for a kid that was scared at that time, walking on in, turning to a large institution, for me, that was my moment. When I needed help, the school was there. And that's when I made my own personal commitment, my pledge, that when I'm in a position to help, I will. And this award gives me that sense of having lived up to that promise I made to myself. So from that, I'm very glad, I'm very honored. I look back at the activities that I did since that moment, since graduation. Yes, phonathons and being area representative, those are all important things, all good things. They're all things that otherwise allow you to stay connected to the school. And I would encourage anybody who has the opportunity to seek out and look for those volunteer opportunities if you haven't already. So now that I've got this fine tradition of Providence College, and the things that really stuck out to me is I needed a little help, and they gave me the help. I felt belong. I feel as though I belong. I felt protected within PC. I felt as though there was a respect there, and the fact that it's faith-based, and I feel very honored to be able to speak openly about my faith here amongst the alumni, because that is a cornerstone of the institution. So many times in society where we have to bite our lip and not speak as candidly as we like about those things that are critical to us, and I take a great deal of comfort being able to speak candidly and as to matters of the faith, matters of the heart. So now that my time with the board is come and gone, and we move on to other things, I keep my eyes towards the future. As Kate has mentioned, I I have a son and my daughter here. They weren't even born when I started volunteering on the Malvern board. So my wife, Natalie, who I met at PC, and I've known her for, let's see, we dated for quite a few years, and we got married in 1995, and you were the one who kept these guys going while I had the time to go out and contribute. So thank you for the time you gave me to help PC. I know the examples that we've learned and that I've learned from myself, my family, my dad, my aunts and uncles, and the examples that they gave to me are being passed along to the next generation. Those values that I'm quite certain that my children are going to embrace and warm up to when it's their turn to make a decision as to college. And as far as knowing that we've got a good foundation, I don't have to look very far than the events of today. I had the event of going, the good luck of going to my first grade daughter's class presentation today in front of the entire school. And my daughter Lauren had to explain to the class what it means to be a hero. And as luck would have it, her big brother, who was in second grade, had the job of holding the microphone for all the kids who had to come up and speak. So this was quite an event for a dad seeing the kids in the limelight the first time. So when I reflect back at the lessons of Providence College and things that are important, I see this already growing in them, where this was my daughter's speech today. Hi, my name is Lauren. My older brother is my hero. My brother is brave. My brother kills spiders when I spot them. Matthew helps me if I get stuck on a word. My older brother Matthew is smart. He never gives up, which makes me like him. Matthew is brave. I mentioned that example as a lot of those attributes are the recognition of how I felt towards Providence College, that connection to family, the family that I have here, the family that lessons are being passed on. So as long as Providence College continues to stay true to its Catholic tradition, stays true to its history, as Kay would say, stay true to the examples that it has otherwise gotten it to its fine position, the school is going to be well positioned for the future. So I'm happy for my contributions. I'm pleased to have done what I can. Thank you for the night, and go Fridays tonight.